Welcome to the Goal Setting Webinar. I'm so glad to have you here today. My name is Joe Apfelbaum, and I am the CEO of Ajax Union, a B2B digital marketing agency in Brooklyn, New York. I'm also a family man. I have 5 wonderful children, married, live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, and I am a goal achiever. I've achieved some significant goals in my life. And when I think about how I did it, how did I take my business from zero to millions of dollars in revenue? How did I get on the top of the Inc. 5000, one of the fastest growing companies in America? How did I lose 95 pounds in the past 5 years and keep it off? How did I do these incredible feats, incredible goals, which once they were just goals? And then they became reality for me in my life. How did I go from not being able to write to sending 209 consecutive emails over the past several years to people on my email list on joeapfelbaum.com? How did I go to writing 3 books and achieving these incredible goals that I set once they were just an idea and now they are reality? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I want to ask you a question first. What is setting and achieving your goals this year worth to you? And comment in the box, right? Somebody wrote, I don't know where to start to make my goals. And I remember when I was like that. I didn't even know where to start. I had no idea where to even begin. Where do you begin? Where do you start? So the first question I always ask people is, where are you now? But I really want you to think about, what is setting and achieving your goals this year worth to you? And put it down in the box. It could be money, a certain amount of money. It could be a certain amount of joy, happiness. Try to figure out what it's worth and communicate with me. Tell me what it's worth. Why is it important for you to set goals and achieve your goals this year? Now let's talk about where you are right now. Now, I created this infographic that takes you through the different stages that people are in general. And I speak to a lot of people, totally stuck, random results. They're doing okay, but they're not really following through, or they're getting wow results. And I'm going to take you through that. And then I'm going to teach you how to set goals. I'm going to teach you the 3 steps: purpose, planning, and performing, and why people fail when they set goals. So let's get right into it. So this morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was so excited. I was so motivated, so inspired, because I knew that I was going to do a webinar and I was going to teach some people the amazing ways that they can get their goals set. And it's very simple. The people on the bottom, most people that are doing under 100K a year in revenue, they're completely stuck. They can't decide. So what do they need? They need awareness. They need to take time to reflect about what they really want. They say, if you don't know what you want, you can't get it. You can't get what you want if you don't know what you want. So you really have to get to know what you want. You got to decide on something. You got to decide what you want. So those people are really on the bottom, and that's most people. Most people are struggling. Most people are not making it. 94% of businesses are doing less than $1 million in revenue, and most of them are doing under 100K, and many of them go out of business within just a few years. So what's going on? People are stuck on the bottom. They need more awareness. And I can't create awareness for somebody. They have to discover it for themselves. And congratulations to you for being on this webinar, because hopefully I'll be able to create some awareness of where stage you're at. Now, if you're on this webinar, you're probably not at this stage of awareness. You probably have a little more awareness because you're probably doing a little more than just the bottom. But try to figure out, where are you in this level? Where are you? Do you kind of know what you want in your head and you're kind of get random results? You're getting lucky sometimes. Well, for those people that are like that, they're in the 100,000 to $1 million in revenue, and they're surviving. They're making it, but they're surviving. And what they need, their key to success, is a strategy. Get clear on what you want and really break it down. Take the time to sit down and write your goals and figure out exactly what you want. Maybe work with somebody to make time to do that. And that's how the person on the second to the bottom level, that's what they need to succeed. And the person on the third level of success, they're doing over $1 million in revenue, maybe $1 million to $5 million. And they have their goals on paper typically. They write their strategic plans down, but they're not really following through all the time. And they're a little frustrated because sometimes they procrastinate. What they need is accountability. They need accountability. And so for them, it's about discovering their values, defining their vision, and setting the right goals. Oftentimes, people, they don't do their goals and they're not being held accountable. And it's not because they're not well-intentioned people. It's because they don't have accountability and they need accountability. And how do you create accountability? I believe you create accountability with purpose. I believe that ultimately to perform, you need to have strong understanding of your values, your vision, and you have to set the right goals. Because if you set the wrong goals, you're not sure why you don't want to do them, but you don't want to do them. For some reason, you just don't want to do them and you're stuck there. And then there's the top. There's the achiever. They're doing over $5 million in revenue. They take action. They're getting things done. And for them, they still may be feeling a little bit of lack of purpose. They're getting everything they want in life, but they're not quite feeling amazing. They're not quite feeling motivated. And for those people that literally can get anything done, the next level for them is teaching. Start mentoring. And this is really for me why I decided to start teaching other people. Is because for me to really feel contribution, for me to really take myself to the next level, I found that I need to start teaching. And I'm not the biggest expert in the world, and I do definitely have goals. If you want to see my goals, you can go to my website, joeapfelbaum.com, and you can see all my goals there. But you know what? At the end of the day, I get much more from teaching other people than I can ever imagine. So let me show you exactly how to set goals to actually get things done. So I've reverse engineered the process of like, okay, so how does Joe Apfelbaum set a goal? How does he get it done? What does he need to do? What are the very specific steps? Now, most people start in step number 2. Most people skip step number 1. Instead of ready, aim, fire, they just do fire, aim, ready, maybe. But they're not ready. They're not ready to set goals, and they're already setting goals. They're off to the races. They didn't do the work. They didn't do the work. They're just planning. They have some dreams. They have some ideas. They get some perspective. They start to magnify. And I'm going to break down what all these things mean. But the idea is they don't end up executing because they don't have purpose. Remember, they were on, when it comes to the ladders of success, they're just stuck over here. They're stuck on strategy. They kind of know it's in their head. They keep planning, but it's not going on. Or they have accountability. They don't have accountability. Or they don't have awareness. They're stuck, and they're not quite sure why it's not working. And the answer is you're missing the foundation. For most people, for 90% of people, they're missing the foundation. They don't have a clear set of values that they've discovered. They don't have a clear list of issues, and they don't have their vision. Understanding your values, issues, and vision, which include your strengths, your passions, your agreements, experiences, opportunities, frustrations, commitments, what an ideal day looks like, and why you do what you do. Like really defining what your why is. What is your why? So I have a question for you. On this ladder of success, on this in this area right over here, where do you find yourself? Do you find yourself on can't decide, where you're stuck? Do you find yourself getting random results? Do you find yourself that your results are good but are not great? Or are you wow? Go ahead in the comment box below in the chat. Tell me where you're at. Tell me where you're at on the levels of success. Go ahead and put it in the box. Now I'm going to continue showing you exactly what I mean, the step-by-step process. Okay, so somebody said they're into random to good. They're kind of in their head. They have some goals written down. Okay, somebody else is in stuck. Okay, good but not great. Yes, most people that I know, that I speak to, are in good but not great. They're getting results. They write it down, but for whatever reason, they don't have the accountability. 100%, I'm with you. I've been stuck there for a long time until I figured out the method of how to get things done. Like there's a method of how to do it, a method to the madness. And I'm going to show you here exactly the how. All right, so this is the how. This is the how. The values, first you have to get your values down. You have to figure out what your issue is. You got to review your previous year. Really identify like what happened. What happened in the past year? What were the things that put me up? What are the things that put me down? Like really take the time to do this. Now, most people don't, even though they know that they need to take the time to reflect, they often don't reflect. And the reason they don't reflect is simply because they don't have the pressure to do it. It takes a certain amount of pressure. You ever procrastinate till the deadline, till right before the webinar, and that's when you create the slides? You get all the way to the end, And then you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ah. And then you finally just stay up all night and you get it done, you get it done, you get it done. Somehow you got it done, but it wasn't perfect and you're not proud that you procrastinated. That has to do with not spending time preparing, not spending time clarifying, not spending time looking back, figuring out who you are. Now, a lot of people are in the planning stage. They go and they plan, 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 plan. But when they achieve their dreams, they're not happy because they didn't plan their dream. They planned somebody else's dream. They got to their goal, and then they found that either they don't want to do it because they're not focused. And why don't they focus? If you know there was just one button to push, you'd push the button, but there are many buttons to push. You're not sure which button you want to push. It's because you don't have clear agreements. It's because you don't understand your experiences, your opportunities, your frustrations, your commitments. You don't have your foundation set up. And it's so important. When I remember I went to a coach and I was like, okay, I need a branding coach because I got to brand myself. For some reason, I'm not writing properly. I'm not out there. I'm all over the place. I don't know what I want. I'm all lost. And I was looking for a branding coach to give me a really good idea about my personal brand. Like, how can I take my personal brand to the next level? How can I take Ajax Union to the next level? Like, how can I find out who we are? Like, come up with a really good game plan and a good story. And the coach that I met that changed my life, he said, Joe, you already know who you are. You just have to discover it. I was like, what do you mean? I don't have to make up this gimmick? I don't have to come up with this concept? He's like, no, there's no concept that you need to come up with. You just need to execute. You just need to figure out who you are, figure out your values, figure out your why, figure out what your number one issues are and why you have those issues based on what beliefs. Write down a vision statement. Write down what your ideal day looks like. Write down what your commitments are, what your roles are. Like, figure out who you are. And when you figure out who you are, automatically your brand comes out. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. And I started applying this to goal setting as well, because most people set goals not based on who they are because they don't know who they are. They're not sure what their purpose is. If you don't have a defined, definite desire, a defined, definite purpose, it's going to be very hard for you to be able to take your life and your business to the next level. Now, let's say you do have a great purpose and you did plan and you set your long-term dream, your long-term goals, you zoomed down into the future, you magnified all the way down to your priorities, you understand the difference between process goals and product goals, and you realize that not every goal is created equal, and you really understand how to get things done, but you're still not performing. It's because you didn't do the last 3 steps, which is schedule, focus, and accountability. What does schedule mean? Schedule means having a real schedule, understanding how to manage your calendar, understanding how to do your morning routine, setting up a dashboard with your goals, like really getting this. Like, this is like, it's amazing how many people don't do this. It's just incredible how many people are completely lost. Even after they go and they document all their goals, they're completely lost. Why is it? Why are people lost? What happens? What do you think happens? Why do you think you get lost sometimes? Why do you think you're getting good and not great results? Why do you think you're stuck? Why do you think your results are sometimes random or they're good but they're not great? It has to do with your time. It has to do with your focus, and it has to do with accountability. But you need to have that foundation first. So that's why I created this amazing, amazing process that takes people through that. So what questions do you have now? Like, do you have any specific questions around goal setting? Is there a particular goal that you want to achieve that I can literally break it down right here in the seminar and show you how I go through that process to figure out if that goal is in line with who you are or it's not really in line with who you are? And then I'm going to show you the step-by-step process that I take people through in my masterclass, and you can do this yourself. So this is like an amazing, amazing story where I take people through values, issues, vision, dreams, perspective, magnify, schedule, focus, accountability. Have you ever tried any of this stuff? Does this work for you? Do you get it? Does this make any sense? Like, once you know this, do you then take action? A lot of people know what they need to do, but they still don't take action. They still don't take action. You know why? For me, when I remember that I used to not take action. And then one day I paid this guy a lot of money, way more money than I was able to afford. And for some reason that created a significant amount of pressure. Kind of like, we spoke before about time, that you create that pressure for yourself. And every time I spoke to him on the phone, I knew it was costing me a lot of money. And so I had to perform. So I ended up investing a lot of my time, making sure that I executed the things that we spoke about so I could make up for the money that I spent. And it was just mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing the results I started to get when I started to put money on the line, because I value money a lot. Go back to your values. I value money more. I used to value money more than I value my time. Now I value my time more than I value my money. But I used to value my money more than I valued my time. And when I put something that has more value than my time on the line, my time then needed to be prioritized. And that's what ended up happening. So let me show you the process I take people through my masterclass. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me questions along the way about how you go through this, how do you get unstuck, how do you go from one level to the other. It's really step-by-step process. Let me show you. So in module number 1, I talk about values, discovering your true passions. I ask, what are your passions? And I give you a little framework, a handout that explains to you how you can figure out what your passions are and what that has to do with your goals in general and how to become passionate. And I teach you all about that. Then we go through understanding your strengths. You have to take the Strength Finder thing, Strength Finder 2.0. If you haven't done that, you got to do that. And I talk about how to analyze your strengths and what to do with them and your weaknesses and all that stuff. Once you have that, we figure out what the agreements are. And we talk about the 4 agreements and why your failures matter and why those stories are literally controlling everything that you do in your life, and they're shaping what you value and what you don't value. Then I take you through the issues, figuring out your annual review, how to do that annual review. I have a review framework that helps you analyze your review, analyze your year, opportunities, frustrations. I literally take you through the whole thing. And now you understand the beginning. Now you understand the basics. After we do that, you're in the values, you move along to the issues. Now you're starting to have awareness around who you are, what you value, what your passions are. You understand what your issues were in the past year, what the opportunities were in the past year, like what went on. After that, we come into commitments and roles. And there's a roles framework, which helps you identify what your roles are and what's most important in each role in your life. Then we help you identify the ideal day. What does the ideal day look like for you? What's important? What's not important? What to include? What not to include? Then we do a words exercise to figure out how to write a vision statement, because we figure out, okay, what is your vision? What are your values? We come up with a values doc where it has a list of popular values where you can choose, and I show you the process of how to go through creating your values. Then you figure out your why from 9 popular whys that human beings have, and I share with you one of the parts of my book that I wrote about how to come up with a why. And then dreams. Big problems to solve in the world. Anything is possible. We have a bucket list framework, which helps you create a bucket list and a dream and won't do list. And I take you through the process. Now that you have your foundation in place and you have your vision statement, you have your why, you understand your frustrations, your issues, you understand who you are for the most part. You're looking at yourself. And again, you're taking the time to do this. Most people don't take the time to do this because they don't make an investment. I say, if you're going to hire a coach, pay a coach $300 an hour, have them help you do this, and great, you'll get it done. But if not, what do you do? How are you going to get this done? Because you got to do it, and you're not going to make time to do that, because who has extra time? Who has an extra 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to do this stuff? But I'm showing you what needs to get done. Then module number 3 is all about perspective, zooming all the way out 40 years from now. What does your life look like? People often overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can achieve in 10, in 40. Think about what can you achieve in 40 years? And that will shape what you can achieve right now. 10 years, 3 years, 1 year. We have a 7-goal exercise, show you how to attach photos to it so you can create a vision board from that. And then we go into magnify, which is process goals versus product goals. I show you exactly the difference between process goals with examples. We magnify even deeper into stretch goals, sprint goals, and step goals. So you have to understand the different types of goals and which goals are important and when to execute each goal. And then we help you figure out your 90-day priorities using the MAP framework, Management Action Plan. So we do all that in Module 3. Typically, it takes an hour to go through this. Again, values, issues, vision, dreams, perspective, magnify. Now that you have your plan, you know what you need to do, we take it to the next level. We figure out your weekly plan under schedule, looking forward, looking back. I show you exactly how I work with my admin assistant every single week. You hire an admin for an hour. And you can do this. You can look back, look forward, make sure that your week is always on schedule. And then morning routine. I talk about the miracle morning. I have a morning routine doc, which I'll share with you. An ideal day routine. So as part of the master class, I'll show you how to come up with your ideal day and really figure out what your day needs to look like in order for you to be set for success. And I teach you the way that I schedule my day, how to stick to your calendar, how to add chaos time to your calendar. I'll share with you my calendar checklist. My daily one big thing, eat that frog, the focus board, another focus board element, which is gratitude, the most important people in your life. Show you exactly how to do that. So show you all that. Now you're in schedule. We move on to focus. Now, focus is literally my word for the year. So I'm spending a lot of time on focus, understanding how to do a brain dump, understanding how to manage your focus board and your sacred space and your context. Everything that happens in your life is based on context. So there are times that you're on the phone. There are times that you're by the computer. There are times that you're in the office. There are times that you're by yourself. There are times that you're with other people. So I'm going to show you exactly how to understand what goals and what activities you need to do depending on the sacred space that you're in and how to create a sacred space for yourself. Most people don't achieve things because they don't know how to focus, and a lot of it has to do with their environment. So focus busters, how to say no. Have you ever had a hard time saying no? I'm going to show you how I say no, and I'm going to share my stories about what my coach told me and how now I feel much more confident saying no to something. Somebody asked me, can I do something for you this morning? I said, no, I'm focused on something else. This is what I'm doing. I tell them exactly what I'm doing. I need to focus. Focus is my most important thing. And then social media checking strategy, which is a personal policy doc, a cell phone policy. Talk about that. And I give you my inbox zero strategy, a specific diagram to help you be able to manage your email so that you're never overwhelmed. I literally have, as of before starting this webinar, I had 0 emails in my inbox completely. I am up to date. I'm not worried about that. I have no clutter. So that really helps me make sure that I'm performing. So I'm performing with my time. I'm performing with my mind. And now it's about accountability. So what is accountability all about? In this masterclass, I teach you how to use the KPI dashboard to make sure that you know your numbers and you're being held accountable to your numbers. I teach you my experience with coaches and mentors and how to work with them. And I teach you how to share with friends and family what goals specifically your friends and family and the people that care about can help you accomplish and how to share those goals. I teach you about being the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with and how to find people that will actually, you can add to your arsenal instead of just trying to get random people in your life. And then I show you how to create a book list and how to actually read a book and take a book apart as opposed to just starting books. I don't know if you ever started just random books and never finished them. I know that I used to do that. I had hundreds of books that I started and never finished. But then when I learned how to properly read a book and how to properly go on an information diet, and I'll teach you all about that, and then recap the entire course on a 90-day challenge. So my question to you is, what is setting and achieving goals this year worth to you? What is it worth to you from a financial standpoint, from a well-being standpoint? What is it worth to you? Could you put a number to it? Feel free to chat with me and let me know what your thoughts are about this, because I literally just took you through my whole process. I had to reverse engineer, spend hours and hours and hours coming up and thinking to myself, what have I done? How have I accomplished the things that I've accomplished? And it's very simple. It's 3 steps: purpose, planning, performing. It's literally that simple. So somebody said it's worth $5,000 to make sure that they get their goal set. So I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, for me to put all this together, if I had to do this one-on-one with somebody, I'd probably charge them $20,000 or something like that. And if I had to give this away, each one of these modules I'll probably charge $500 for, because it includes like very specific instructions of how to do what you need to do. I've bought classes that were more than $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. I bought a master class for $10,000. So I know the value of putting all this together, curating all this information. It's tremendous value. So I would say that the minimum value of attending the masterclass, even if it wasn't live and you couldn't ask live questions, would be around $3,000. But what I decided to do for the people that are watching this webinar, I decided to take all these modules, put them all together with the module number 1, which is the values and issues, and shows you exactly how to get past that and create your purpose, the vision and the dreams, the perspective and the magnify, the schedule, the focus, the accountability, each one valued at over $500, which is a $3,000 value. Today, you can get it for only $349. That's 6 classes, live classes with me. They're all taking place in January. The first one is January 1st. If you're interested, go to joeapfelbaum.com/courses. There's a bunch of people that signed up already. I'm really excited about being able to change their life and be able to support you to be able to achieve any goal you want, no matter where you're stuck in the ladder of success. I can help you be able to get to the next level because I just showed you the step-by-step process. I gave it all to you. You're still not going to do it. But if you put a couple dollars into it, I promise you're going to be compelled to take action, because that's how you create the pressure in your life. That's how I created the pressure in my life. I'd give you all this for free if I knew you were going to take action, but you're not. How do I know? Because I didn't take action, and because all the people that I mentor for free through CHYE in our local community, they don't take action. I follow up with them like, did you take action? No. If they would have paid me 10 grand, they would have taken action, because the people that pay me 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand, they take action. So I'm not telling you to invest a lot of money. My question to you is, are you prepared to make this year the best year ever? And if you are prepared to do this, now is the time to take action. Don't wait. Just do it. There's a 14-day money-back guarantee. That means you're literally taking no risk. If you're not 100% satisfied for whatever reason, if you're not 100% satisfied, I will give you a full refund within 14 days. The question is, are you going to take action and have the best year ever? Are you going to literally change your life, or are you just going to keep having the same results? They say, if you don't change what you're doing, you're going to get the same results over and over and over. So you want to change up your results. So the dates and times, if you want to know what the dates and times are, I will send you an email with the dates and times, and they're all going to be recorded. So even if you can't make them, you're still going to have access to them. There's going to be a Q&A where you could always email me. For 90 days, you can access the courses. So the first one's going to be January 1st at 12 p.m. Then the next one's going to be Friday, and then Wednesday. And the last one's going to be on the 31st, and they're all on 12 p.m. So it's the first one is on Monday, January 1st at 12 p.m. Then it's Friday, Wednesday. That's how it's going to be. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to rock out. We're going to have an amazing 2018. We're going to take action. Because you know what? At the end of the day, your life is too short not to make this happen. So I'm going to hang out here for a couple of minutes and take some questions. But I want to know, like, what is it going to take for you to make the next year the best year ever? What needs to happen in order for you to finally take action? Each class is an hour long. Every single class is at least an hour long. And again, there's going to be handouts and frameworks and cheat sheets and checklists. I'm going to give you all the stuff so that you have clarity and you know exactly what to do in order for you to achieve your most important goals. And you could listen to it later in the day, of course. You can listen to it for 90 days. It's going to be recorded, and you're going to have access to all the classes, the master classes. There's 6 master classes. You can listen to it for 90 days over and over and over, as many times as you want. And you literally, it's really, really simple. There are steps to success. Everything that everybody ever did, they took certain steps, and success leaves clues. So just follow the steps. You follow those steps and you get to success. If you're struggling, if you're on one of these stages, right here, I'm going to show you the stages again, because a lot of people don't realize that you're right here. You're literally right here. If you're on one of these stages, whether you're stuck and you're not sure what to do, you totally can't decide, you need awareness. That's what it is. You need awareness. If you're getting random results and you kind of have it in your head, you need a strategy, a proven strategy to get clear on what you want. And if you're getting good results but not great results, and you're not following through always, you have your stuff kind of on paper, you need accountability. You need to discover your values. Now, I spent tens of thousands of dollars with coaches to be able to do this, and I'm handing it to you for a couple dollars. And the reason I'm doing that, the only reason I'm charging, I would do it for free. The only reason I'm charging is because I know that's the only way people are going to take action, if they spend a couple dollars. So anyway, I share this with you because I care about you and I want you to achieve your goals. If you have any questions, you could always email me. You could always contact me, joeapplebaum.com/courses. Click on the masterclass and order now. I'm probably going to close it off right after Shabbos. So again, I want to keep the class small so that I can give each person personalized attention. I'm not doing this for the money. I have a very successful business, and I'm doing this because I want to make a difference. People keep asking me, and I keep giving advice, and they don't take action. And I figured this is the way that I know when people spend money, they take action. So again, 14-day money-back guarantee. This is a no freaking brainer. It's a no-brainer. Thank you very much for joining this. Really appreciate your support on this, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Feel free to email me any questions. Absolutely. I will stop the recording, upload it somewhere, and I will send it to you. Just email me.